Hi, my name is Angela Ruiz. Thank you for joining me on this video. So, what am I going to bring to you today as far as content? Well, I'm going to reintroduce myself back into the video slash social media space. And I largely started on Facebook, but I'm branching out in my videos. And the reason kind of why I got started is I was teaching, um, and I'm kind of between jobs right now. But before that, I was teaching and I am running a small business, and that's kind of why I got started in the social media space, in becoming a more active user for business and not so much a passive consumer of content. And so my hope is that I can bring great content out to the space, while presenting myself authentically, and just kind of be who I am. And I'm more of a presenter of things. So I can't promise, fancy edited videos or anything like that, because I'm fairly new to this. And like, I'm just going to be real. I'm fairly new to this, but I have big goals and big ideas and just kind of big dreams in building a business and moving on and finding a new avenue for my life, because right now the world is my oyster. um Up to this point, I taught middle school orchestra for, well, 6 years. I taught for 6 years. My first year I taught in a very small town, Crowder, Oklahoma. And so I was the everything. Like, I taught high school orchestra, I taught middle school orchestra slash choir, taught high school choir, guitar, elementary first and second grade music, and just um, a bunch of things. And then I kind of moved into strictly teaching orchestra, though my first year at my second job, I taught orchestra and then a humanities class. That was fun. um, and yeah, so, but the main thing is that I was an orchestra teacher. I started playing the violin in the fifth grade, and in the eighth grade, I decided that's what I wanted to do. And up until this point in this experience, I thought I was going to do this thing until I retired. But there's just so much more to education that people don't necessarily realize unless you are an educator. And I'm kind of walking away from it and not pursuing a new position, because I just feel like I need to step away for a while. I may come back to it, I may not. Um, I am going to bolster my private studio, as a, violinist, experienced violinist, and teaching violin, and kind of just gigging and doing stuff like that while building my business. And I think I'm looking at, proofreading, for whatever proofreading position is open. But yeah, in the meantime, though, like I said, before, I would provide tips and tricks for like being productive, getting better sleep. I did a few things on health, but for me, really, my space is exploring personal development and just generally taking care of the self through studying mind work and kind of condensing and sharing what I've learned. And so that's just the basis of this video, is to introduce myself to you. And for those of you who followed me before, I'm reintroducing myself to you as I personally go through my personal development, authenticity, self-love, self-honoring, self-acceptance. You know, I'm sure you've heard all of those words, and if you, or phrases, and if you have not, you're hearing them now. So yeah, thank you for your time, because time is a valuable resource that once it's gone, we don't get it back. So thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you next time.